I'm
So, when he's trying to get arrested again.
That's a threat to kidnap.
That's arrest, yes.
No, it's a kidnapping. This is monitoring in here. And this is after nothing happened. They called the same person to a different Starbucks after nothing happened. And they told you what happened after I purchased this drink. What happened? They just want me to leave. They just want me to leave. Okay. I just want to document this is the entity that's engaging in that pattern of conduct. She engaged in assault and battery yesterday because it's not a lawful search. There's nothing to talk about. Nothing happened. They called you here like yesterday when nothing happened, but there's a pattern there. So you're coming in threatening to kidnapping when you don't have authority under the law. So I just want to get that. So you're here supposed to represent a threat when I'm free to use my phone like everybody else? And you're not here questioning why they're targeting, right? You're just here, oh, they want me to leave, and then you don't recognize the pattern that it's the same person. Do you see me? Yeah, and today I purchased something. So what's the excuse today? They can engage in harassing anybody they want, right, in a specific environment? You're L. Edwards, right? What's your badge number again, please?
It's on your other video.
I know, you're a public servant. Can you please provide it?
Yeah. It's on your other video. Let's go.
Okay, what's your name too? Quesada, you mean? Quesada. Okay, thank you. This is in 706 West Holt, right? Okay, this is P.O.C. This is all the engineer light. This is FRANCI and Matt engaging in kidnapping. Nothing precipitating. They're engaged in surveillance. And they know that of the documentation with regard to the P.O.C. even called the same demons that committed kidnapping yesterday. And this is the pattern of conduct. You're going to pay attention to the body of evidence showing 706 West Holt Boulevard, very petrified of the evidence, putting them in prison and coming, engaging in what is absolutely nothing. So this is evidence that the entity is engaged in surveillance. And you're going to pay attention to the entity engaging in criminal summoning at 1 in the afternoon. At this same venue, evidence of the fake son engaging in criminal summoning multiple times and just coming in and enforcing harassment by the entity. This is why Ocean's going to federal prison. This is also why Amelia and Patty are going to federal prison. They're crossing path into the fake son. This is the demons of Ontario PD gang stalking pursuant to criminal summoning. All right, they're keeping the evidence that I'm documenting under surveillance as well. Doing so not today because I didn't purchase anything, did purchase something, and he comes and engages in what is an unlawful threat under the fake son and an engineer light. You already see that video evidence, and the fake son is still here after 7, where they're engaged in that pattern of conduct, and the Ontario police are putting the people of the state in federal prison while they gang stalk together. That's FRANCI, that's Matt, and every other demon in the engineer light that's above their heads while they're engaged in what is exercising authority they don't have under the law while they're engaged in criminal surveillance. This is P.O.C.
So you know, they're putting a 602 on you, so you can document.
This is all audible activity. You're going to federal prison. Go ahead, keep exercising authority you don't have. He refused to give me his badge number while he's gang stalking as well. That's a federal offense, it's obstruction. What else? Okay, this is the same department stalking day and night in helicopter. They're both going to federal prison. This is the entity that's gang stalking pursuant to what is criminal summoning. This is how they engage in that pattern of conduct. Entirely illegitimate and a demon-possessed criminal. All right, this is P.O.C. license 1591668. And I already documented everybody in this parking lot. The entity is intimidated by and fearful of it. This is how demons behave when they're scared about the whistle being blown. And this is exactly why the federal government is going to prosecute. It's a federal RICO case. And it's a federal RICO case against the government that's gang stalking with the people, which is what Starbucks represents. Okay? This is P.O.C. looking at everything that's uploaded to the Google Drive. And this is not interfering the P.O.C. This is literally the P.O.C. Remember, on the same block, the entity is keeping the fake son over 507 North Euclid Avenue. L. Edwards is not a legitimate police officer, neither is Quesada. These are demons, and they're gang stalking, bearing weapons, and also engaging in criminal summoning as federal prison. All right, Ontario police engage in criminal summoning at this same venue well into the afternoon. This is P.O.C. This is the same gang stalking department using helicopters. Okay, this is the entity has the fake son over the same venue at 6 o'clock this morning. They're monitoring. All right, and they're fearful of the evidence that I already have. Kidnapping is not the response. That's why they're going to prison. That's Quesada and L. Edwards. That's P.O.C. It is currently, this is a concession, and it's a show of weakness because I'm dealing with demons who are scared of what it is that I'm exposing about them. But the ordinary targeted individual, understand, they're repeatedly subject to harassment and kidnapping. That's exactly why gang stalking fake police officers go to prison. They're bearing weapons. That's a threat to my life. But for my documentation proving that they're targeting me, you are subject to what is murder. And they call it you threatening them or you violating the law in some way when they're engaged in targeting you. This is the pattern of conduct. All right, those demons inside of Starbucks, they are scared to death by what I'm documenting about between them and the Starbucks at 507 North Euclid Avenue. You see what's published on the Google Drive as of 9:58 a.m. and I'm going to publish everything else. I was already leaving. I was going to the Ovid Family Community Library. These demons are fearful of what it is that I'm publishing. This is obstruction of justice, okay? That's the pattern of conduct. That's P.O.C. They're engaged in bathroom monitoring. They're engaged in ongoing monitoring with the people of the state, molesting me, my person, with impossible light activity, while the Ontario police have been gang stalking at this venue all morning and then coming in engaging in what is a threat to exercise authority under the law you demons do not have. You're being disbanded and you're going to prison. All right, and she's monitoring me. License plate 5XNG694. They're monitoring with the police, with the minor child. These demons are driving all around the venue, molesting me with light inside of the venue. You've already seen the evidence of stalking with light. These are the demons engaging in what is criminal summoning with the police. License plate 8MQC298. This is pacing 8D91731. And this is what happens when you expose the entity for gang stalking, for criminal surveillance, for criminal conduct. Mike Lorenz is being removed. They're done with law enforcement. Mike Lorenz and the Ontario Police Department are being disbanded. And this is why. They're not only criminals, the entity is engaging in what is ongoing obstruction of justice, and the federal government is witnessing the impunity and malice of that government that's engaged in surveillance with the people. Driving out here is never going to result in sunlight on the roof, inside, on the ceiling inside of that venue. In the specific environment, they just engage in criminal summoning. They're gang stalking. Criminal summoning is with regard to trying to expel me because I'm documenting them, meaning they're mad because they're being exposed. Being mad and committing a kidnapping is a federal offense. The fake sons over West Valley Detention Center at 12:51 p.m. yesterday, where the entity's gang stalked with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department as well. All right, this is P.O.C. Ocean and Amelia, Patty, Brian, Elena committed kidnapping yesterday, and the same entity. This is a different address. It's the same entity. The fake son's not also going to be over 507 North Euclid Avenue. This is my shadow. All right, this is the entity engaged in the P.O.C., even the same entity that engaged in kidnapping yesterday. This is the pattern of conduct. The demons do the same thing over and over again. They do the same thing over and over again. Using the same kidnapper is supposed, that's a threat. The entity is supposed to be threatening me and scaring me. That's why I get these demons on. He's going to federal prison. So is Escobar. So is QUEZADA. Those two demons right there, they're going to prison. They're gang stalking me while they just committed criminal summoning. It's gang stalking. The police engage in gang stalking by criminal summoning. And they're all monitoring with the Ontario police. They're engaged in criminal conduct right now. 89896Y2. Stalking with light activity. This is P.O.C. It's currently it's 10 o'clock on the dot. And this is not over the Ovid Family Community Library as well. And it's also not over the entrance of 507 North Euclid Avenue, the Starbucks that committed kidnapping yesterday. And I will be publishing that kidnapping because the people of the state are going to prison, and so are the demons of the Ontario police who are being disbanded for this public corruption that I'm documenting, and their repeated acts of obstruction of justice, including kidnapping that L. Martinez, B. Hook, Nathan Morgan, and B. Hook, L. Martinez, C. Torres, engaged in on what is May 29, 2025. They're going to prison because this is the gang stalking that they committed with Tracy Banks. And the entity has lost in their endeavor, and they're sore losers. But kidnapping, that's the basis of disbanding. This is why they're being disbanded. They're not just going to federal prison. They are going to federal, but they're not just being, the Ontario police is so illegitimate, they're so corrupt, they're going to be disbanded, and justice requires this. And the people of the state are going to federal prison. Everybody inside of that Starbucks right now, they're engaged in gang stalking me with the Ontario police. And they're petrified because I'm overwhelming them with evidence when they have no facts to prove. Why are you targeting me? I just purchased a drink and I'm in custody of my phone. So what does that mean? So are you. The entity's engaged in surveillance. They know exactly what I'm doing. All right? The entities, it's an admission to monitoring. This is P.O.C. at 706 West Holt Boulevard. And the body of evidence against the City of Ontario gang stalking at this venue, in the same way the body of evidence of the City of Ontario gang stalking at 507 North Euclid Avenue, the entity keeping the fake sun over Woodside Senior Apartments, the entity has the fake sun at the same time of year where LAPD is gang stalking, and the entity thinks that kidnapping and taking my property is going to stop me from exposing them and prosecuting them. They're being disbanded, and the people of the state are going to prison. This is Title 18 federal stalking. And this is what demons do when they're scared and when they've lost. Satan lost, and Satan is a sore loser. And this fake sun that's going to remain over me at the Ovid Family Community Library is why the Ontario Police Department is being disbanded. Because they're gang stalking while the fake sun remains over me back toward what is 215 EC Street, where they're engaged in that ongoing pattern of the P.O.C. All right, it is currently 10:03 a.m.